If your heart feels heavy, if your mind keeps returning to the past, and if you're tired of feeling stuck, this message is for you. Because sometimes it's not people or the world that hold us back, it's yesterday. It's a memory, a mistake, a regret, a heartbreak, a failure, or a voice that whispers, "You're not good enough anymore." But listen, you don't live in the past, you live here. You live now. And from this moment, you have the power to start again. In this video, I'll share 9 emotional and powerful lessons that can help you heal from your past, rebuild your confidence, protect your energy, train your mind to move forward, and create a new life full of peace and purpose. This is not just another motivational talk. It's a message from one broken soul to another, reminding you that you can rise again no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've lost, because you still have something the past doesn't have today. Before we begin, remember this. Every word you hear will not only help you heal, but also improve your English. You'll learn natural phrases, emotional expressions, and real-life sentences that connect to your heart and your growth. So if you want to grow both in English and in life, make sure you subscribe, and let's begin. Lash Lesson 1, Let Go of Yesterday. Let's start with the hardest lesson, letting go. Because as long as you hold on to what broke you, your hands will never be free to build what can heal you. Letting go doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It doesn't mean you are weak or fake for moving on. Letting go means you are choosing peace over pain, growth over guilt, and life over endless thoughts. Your mind can become a time machine. It takes you back again and again until you break the loop. Letting go means you stop reopening old wounds. You stop scratching the scars. You let them become part of your story, not your identity. We hold on to the past because it once gave us comfort, even if it hurt. It gave us an identity. I'm the one who was betrayed. It gave us a story. I failed once, so I'm a failure forever. Sometimes we feel like we must protect our pain. If I let go, they win. Sometimes we fear that without that pain, we are nothing. But listen carefully. You are not the pain. You are the person who survived it. There was once a traveler who wanted to climb a mountain. He carried a heavy backpack full of old letters, broken things, and rocks from his past. He thought he needed them, but the higher he climbed, the heavier it became. He slowed down, struggled to breathe, and almost gave up. Then a wise man said, "You're not tired because of the mountain. You're tired because of what you're carrying." The traveler cried and began to drop his burdens, one by one. When he let go, he finally felt light. The mountain didn't change. He did. You are not weak. You're just carrying too much of yesterday. Say this to yourself. I am not what happened to me. I am not my mistake. I am not my heartbreak or my failure. I am still here, and I choose peace now. Peace doesn't come when you finally understand the past. Peace comes when you decide you no longer need to understand it. When you slowly let go, your chest feels lighter, your thoughts become clearer, and you stop replaying the same scenes in your mind. You begin to sleep better, dream again, and make space for new people and new peace. Letting go isn't one big moment. It's a daily choice. It's saying, I may not be who I used to be, but I'm learning who I can still become. Don't cry for yesterday. Thank it for the lesson and let it go, because the future is still waiting for you. But it can't arrive if you keep staring at a door that's already closed. Let it go. Lesson 2, rebuild confidence after pain. There comes a quiet moment in every broken person's life, a moment when you look in the mirror and whisper, I don't even know who I am anymore. If you've ever felt like that, if your confidence was destroyed by failure, heartbreak, betrayal, guilt, or rejection, this lesson is for you. You can rebuild, and you will. Not into the same person you once were, but into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful. Pain doesn't only hurt us, it changes us. When someone breaks your trust, when you fail again and again, when people laugh at your dreams, when you give your best and still lose, you start to question everything. Am I even good enough? What if I fail again? Can I trust myself anymore? Confidence doesn't break with a loud crash. It breaks in small, quiet moments of doubt. And when it breaks, you stop trying. You stop speaking up. You stop showing the world your real potential. But remember, the world hasn't seen your final version yet. You are not finished. Let's break one myth. Confidence isn't about being loud or proud. It's not ego. It's quiet self-respect. Trusting that you can handle things, being okay with not knowing everything, standing back up after you fall and saying, yes, I'm scared, but I'll still try. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about feeling safe within yourself, no matter what happens outside. Start small. Forget big goals for now. Just keep one small promise to yourself. Wake up and do something you said you'd do. Drink water in the morning, walk for 5 minutes, clean one corner of your room, speak one sentence in English out loud. Every time you keep a promise, your brain says, maybe I can trust myself again. Confidence begins with that trust, not in others, but in you. Stop comparing yourself to your old self, to others, or to what you see online. You're comparing your pain to someone's highlight reel, your failure to someone's lucky moment, your real healing to someone's fake smile. That's not fair. The only person you should compete with is the you from yesterday. Speak to yourself kindly. Your inner voice becomes your outer world. If you keep saying, I'm dumb, I can't learn, I'm a loser, you build a prison with your own words. Instead, say, I'm learning, I'm improving, I survived, so I'm strong, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. Talk to yourself like someone who deserves love, because you do. Celebrate every small victory. Did you speak one English sentence today? Great job. Did you get out of bed even though you were tired? That's courage. Did you say no to a toxic thought? That's power. Confidence isn't built in one big moment. It grows slowly from tiny choices repeated every day, stacked like bricks. And remember, your pain is not your enemy. It can be your superpower if you choose to use it. Lesson 3. Transform your pain into power. Transform it. Say, yes, I was heartbroken, and I learned what real love means. Yes, I failed, and now I know what not to do. Yes, I was rejected, and I still chose to rise. Pain doesn't make you weak. It gives you a kind of X-ray vision. You begin to see what others cannot. You feel deeper. You think clearer. You love harder, and you rise stronger. Confidence that comes after pain is unshakable, because once you face the worst, you stop being afraid. Let me tell you a story. There was a girl in college who failed her English speaking exam because she froze in fear. Everyone laughed and she cried. For 2 weeks, she couldn't go back to class. But one morning, she made a promise to herself. Every day, she stood in front of the mirror and said, I will speak again. I am not a failure. I am learning. She didn't try to learn 100 sentences, just one. She spoke slowly, softly, one line at a time. And one day she stood up again in class. Her voice was shaking, but there was strength in her eyes. She passed not just the exam, but the wall of fear that had held her back. She rebuilt her confidence one sentence at a time. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. You are not behind. You are recovering. You are not weak. You are rewiring your mind. You are not lost. You are relearning how to trust your own steps. It will take time, but every step you take toward yourself is a step toward your new future. Don't rush it. Don't fake it. Don't try to be perfect. Just keep building. One brick of courage, one word of kindness, one act of effort, and one day you'll stand tall again, not as someone who never fell, but as someone who rose, even when no one believed they could. That's real confidence. That's you. Lesson 4. Protect your energy and stay strong. There comes a moment in your healing when you realize it's not only the past that hurts you, it's what you allow in your present that keeps hurting you again and again. You might be doing your best to move on, to rebuild, to let go of pain. But if you keep surrounding yourself with toxic people, negative conversations, and draining environments, it's like trying to heal in the middle of a battlefield. That's why protecting your energy isn't just advice, it's survival. Your energy is the most precious thing you have. People often talk about motivation, but motivation comes and goes. Energy is deeper. It's your mental space, emotional health, focus, peace, self-worth, and will to try again. And what steals energy the fastest? Not failure, not hard work, but people, thoughts, and habits that slowly drain your spirit. Let's call them emotional thieves. Here are the 5 biggest ones. 1. Overthinking the past. You keep replaying the same scene. What if I had done that? Why did they do this? The past already hurt you once. Don't let it hurt you 100 more times in your mind. 2. Toxic people. Those who always complain, gossip, judge, and make you feel small. They call you too emotional when you express pain. You don't have to hate them, but you must protect your peace. 3. Trying to please everyone. You say yes when you want to say no. You hide your real feelings just to be accepted. But each time you do that, you lose a small piece of yourself. The more you try to please others, the more you disappear. 4. Scrolling without purpose. Hours pass as you scroll through endless posts. You're not learning. You're not healing. You're comparing your life to others and ending up feeling tired, empty, and useless. That's not entertainment. It's emotional poison. 5. Fighting battles that aren't yours. You try to fix everyone, family, friends, your partner. You carry their problems, sacrifice your peace, and destroy your mental health. Help when you can, but don't lose yourself while saving others. Now let's build a shield around your soul. Give yourself permission to protect your peace. You don't owe anyone access to your mind, time, or emotions. Just because someone is in your life doesn't mean they should live inside your thoughts. Say this out loud. I protect my peace. I control my energy. I decide what I allow. You're not rude. You're not selfish. You're healing. And that's sacred. Set invisible boundaries. You don't always have to block or cut people off. Sometimes protecting your energy means saying less, replying slower, staying quiet during drama, or loving people from a distance. You're not punishing them. You're protecting yourself. At the end of each day, ask yourself, who gave me peace today? Who drained me? What thoughts lifted me up? What thoughts pulled me down? Then decide, I will give more energy to what gives me life and less to what takes my light away. Be okay with being misunderstood. When you start protecting your energy, some people will say you've changed or become distant. Let them. The old version of you gave too much. The new version protects what's left. You don't need to explain your boundaries to people who never respected them. Create a safe zone for yourself, a space or routine that helps you recharge. Maybe it's a short walk without your phone, listening to calming music, speaking one English sentence in the mirror, writing down your thoughts, sitting quietly with a glass of water, saying 3 things you're grateful for. Your safe zone reminds you, I'm not lost, I'm learning, I'm healing, I'm enough. There was once a man who always argued to defend himself. Every insult he fought back. Every judgment he explained. Every guilt trip he apologized, even for things he didn't do. One day he stopped, He simply smiled and walked away. He gave no reaction. And slowly he found peace again because he realized you don't need to win every battle. You just need to win back your energy. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you keep giving energy to things that don't deserve you. Now is the time to change that. From today, don't chase people. Don't beg for attention. Don't explain your value. Don't fight battles that drain your soul. From today, protect your energy, protect your growth, protect your peace, like your life depends on it, because it does. Lesson 5, train your brain to stop living in the past. You may have already left the situation. The breakup is over. The job is gone. The person is no longer with you. The moment has passed, but somehow the pain still feels fresh. The memory still controls you. You might be brushing your teeth, and suddenly the past hits you like a wave. You try to relax in the evening, and then a painful flashback appears out of nowhere. Why does this happen? Because even though your body left the past, your mind stayed there. And unless you train your brain to return to the present, you'll stay stuck in a loop that steals your time, energy, and happiness. Your brain isn't your enemy, it's trying to protect you. It replays the past because it wants to understand what happened to make sense of the pain. Your brain wants to protect you from being hurt again. Sometimes it wants to teach you a lesson. Other times it punishes you over and over because of guilt. But here's the truth. Your brain is not a healer. It's a recorder. It repeats what it remembers, not because it's right, but because it's familiar. That's why healing doesn't start with motivation. Healing starts by retraining your brain. Here's how to do it. When you notice your mind jumping back to the past, stop and say to yourself, this is just a thought. This is not happening now. Your brain cannot tell the difference between memory and reality. That's why your body reacts to old pain as if it's happening right now. By simply labeling it as a thought, you break the automatic emotional reaction. Try this grounding exercise. Next time you feel lost in the past, look around and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you are grateful for. It sounds simple, but it pulls your brain back into the present. Your mind cannot focus on pain and peace at the same time. When you give it peace, the pain starts to fade. Change the way you speak about the past. Stop saying, I ruined my life. I was stupid. I can never forgive myself. They destroyed me. Start saying, I didn't know better then, but I know now. I was learning. I was honest. I was strong. They hurt me, but I survived. That chapter is over. I am writing a new one. The language you use changes your beliefs. Beliefs change your reality. If you want your brain to stop returning to the past, stop dragging old memories into your daily life. Limit triggers, songs, photos, places, old messages that pull you backward. That one more look can take you 100 steps back. This isn't weakness, it's emotional recovery. Train your brain with new routines. Your mind won't stop thinking about the past just because you tell it to. It stops when it's busy building something new. Start small. Learn 5 English words a day. Take a 10-minute walk while listening to a podcast. Read 1 page of a book. Write down 3 thoughts every night. Say each morning, today is a new day. I choose peace. You're replacing the old loop with a new one that brings power, not pain. New routines create new brain wiring and a new life. Here's a story. A man couldn't sleep for 2 years, not because of work, not because of illness. He kept replaying the moment his partner left him. Every night, the memory returned. One day, his therapist told him to do 3 things. 1, say, that was a moment. I am not that moment. 2, write 1 positive sentence about the future every night. 3, Walk 15 minutes every morning, repeating, I am no longer where I was. I am here now. After 60 days, he could finally sleep. Why? Because he trained his brain to stop replaying pain and start living in the present. You are not your thoughts. You control them. You don't have to believe every memory. You don't have to follow every feeling. You don't have to stay stuck in a time that no longer exists. From today, interrupt the loop. Label your thoughts. Ground yourself. Speak new language. Build new routines. Forgive your brain. It was only trying to protect you. Now, you protect yourself. Don't live in the past. That version of you doesn't need your attention anymore. The new version of you is waiting to be born. Train your brain to return to where life is happening, here, now. Lesson 6. Your past doesn't define you, your next move does. Here's a truth most people never hear enough. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your pain. You are not what others did to you. You are not the worst thing that ever happened to you. And yet, so many live as if they are. Why? When something painful happens, a breakup, a betrayal, a failure, a moment of shame, your brain can turn it into your identity. Instead of saying, that happened to me, you start saying, that is who I am. That lie kills your future. Ask yourself, if a man fails one exam, is he a failure forever? If a woman experiences heartbreak once, is she unlovable forever? If a child makes a mistake, are they broken? Of course not. But too often we tell ourselves, I'm not smart, I'm not confident, I'm not lucky, I'm not lovable. Those are not facts. They are scars, proof that you survived, not your identity. If your past doesn't define you, then what does? Your next decision, your next sentence, your next move. Remember this, you are not who you were. You are what you do next. Every time you try again, speak up, take responsibility, choose peace, show kindness, or say, I won't give up today, you are writing a new story. The past, that was just the first chapter, not the ending. Think of the girl who spoke broken English. She was laughed at in class, cried, skipped school for 2 weeks, and told herself, I'm just not meant to speak English. Then one day she looked in the mirror and said, they don't decide who I am. My next move does. She learned 5 words a day, practiced sentences, made mistakes, and kept going. 1 year later, she gave a speech in English, flawlessly. The applause, nice. But what mattered more was the courage she had to take the next step after failure. It's not your past that holds you back. It's the story you keep telling yourself about it. From today, don't repeat the story of pain. Repeat the story of choice and power. Say out loud, I am not who I was. I am who I choose to become. Your next sentence, your next decision, your next brave step, that is who you are. Lesson 7. You were meant to be broken so you could build better. It may sound strange, but sometimes the worst thing that ever happened to you is the best thing for your soul. Pain doesn't just destroy, pain reveals. Think about it. A building that is weak inside must collapse before it can be rebuilt stronger. A seed must be broken before it grows. A muscle must tear before it becomes powerful. Lesson 8. Turn pain into power and design your life. Pain is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your strength. Every heartbreak, every failure, every disappointment has given you insight, vision, and courage that others don't have. You can now see more clearly. You can feel more deeply. You can love more fully. You can rise stronger. Start using your pain as a superpower. Say out loud, yes, I was hurt. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I was rejected, but I survived. I learned. I am stronger now. Your next steps are where your power lives. You don't have to fix everything or everyone. You don't have to be perfect. You only need to build your life step by step, brick by brick. Small actions matter. Speak one sentence in English. Take a short walk. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Choose one act of kindness for yourself or others. Each step is a victory. Each moment you show up for yourself, you are reclaiming your energy, your confidence, your peace. Remember, your life is built one decision at a time. The past cannot stop you unless you let it. Your choices today shape your tomorrow. Your thoughts today shape your actions. Your actions today shape your character. Your character shapes your life. So choose wisely, choose growth, choose love, choose courage, choose peace. You were broken, but you are not lost. You were hurt, but you are not weak. You were held back, but now you can move forward. Your past taught you lessons. Your present gives you power. Your future is waiting for the version of you that rises stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Say this every morning: I am not my past. I am my choice. I am building my life. I am enough. Today, I rise. This is your life. This is your power. This is your story, one you write every day, one brave step at a time.